Hey guys, we welcome you to this conversation with Swinging to Their Dreams Foundation, where we are epic. That is empowerment and philanthropy in the community. Yes, that's our mission, and we're looking for other epic folks to join us on this mission as we help to support those young aspiring college students. Today we have an exciting conversation to share with you. We have an individual we do want to introduce to you as we move forward. Today, our special guest on the show today is Mr. Noble Kemp. But before I get to him, let me introduce myself. I'm Lynn Demons. That's Demons, no demons here. DEMMONS. And we definitely want to thank you. I'm the CFO of the Speaking to Their Dreams Foundation. And my partner, where there is no crime, is also on here with us, Pamela.
Hi, everybody. I am Pamela Parker, and I am the CEO of Swing Into Their Dreams Foundation, which provides a platform of support for our HBCU students.
Great. So guys, we're going to have a conversation today. It's a courageous conversation, and we're looking for your support as we move forward on this epic journey. Mr. Noble Kemp is here to join in the conversation with us. So Noble, how are you?
How you doing, guys? Noble Kemp from Chicago, Illinois.
Good. Well, we're so excited to have you on. And just for the folks who are listening, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you're doing today?
How y'all doing? I'm Noble Kemp. I'm from Chicago, Illinois on the south side, and I attend Morehouse College.
All right, guys. So we're having this conversation with Swinging to Their Dreams Foundation. So we want to ask you, Noble, we know that our lives are impacted in primarily three different ways: what we see, what we hear, what we do, or what we experience. So one of the things that I want to ask you today, and if you will share with our listening audience, what did you hear about HBCUs growing up?
Well, growing up, living with my father, who attended Morehouse but never finished, I was always told it was an environment where all Black men are there to help carry each other, help each other rise, become better Black men. And being around that environment will only better you as a person. So I wanted to be a part of that because I was always raised around African Americans, and I just wanted to stay around that environment. I love to see people that's going through the same thing I'm going through and struggles. They'll help me understand them and they'll understand me.
Yeah, I hear that, right? So that you can relate to each other, someone who knows and can share, that experience with you. So who is that person? I know you talked about your granddad and your father there quickly, so I want you to go back and expound upon that a little bit. Who is that person who influenced you in your life to make that decision to attend an HBCU? And for those who are listening, let me clarify, the HBCU is a historically Black college and university, just in case you didn't know. All right, now, Noble, who is that person who influenced you?
Well, I want to say my father influenced me because my dad, even though he didn't finish college and my grandfather didn't, what made them impact me in such a way was that I wanted to change that cycle in my family. Knowing my dad went to Morehouse for only like a year and was always in depth and stuff, it made me want to change that and actually finish college and also go to Morehouse because he didn't finish college at Morehouse. And one thing I didn't know about Morehouse, I didn't know really much about Morehouse when I was little, but when I got to be on the campus and stuff, it made me realize why my dad went there and why he wanted to stay. My dad wanted to stay there, but he just couldn't afford it. So why put yourself in that position? So knowing my dad's childhood and stuff he went through and how he still, kept pushing and how many kids he had to raise and stuff, it made me realize even though you fall down, don't give up on yourself, and that you can change. I can change the cycle. I know he sees better in me, and I just want to change that. So.
I love that you share that about changing the cycle. That's one of the things that we're definitely interested in helping to do, because we know there are a lot of youth who aspire to go to college, but for whatever reason, whether it's academic, financial, or other emotional impacts, that's preventing them from doing that. So we're trying to help remove those barriers. All right, Miss Pamela, over to you.
Yes, and I just wanted to ask you, Noble, why choose Morehouse College? What was it that motivated you to choose Morehouse College, and what motivated you to choose the career path and the major that you're currently enrolled in?
The reason I chose Morehouse College, one, because it's HBCU, also because it's an all-black men college, and there's no distractions. I can really just focus on me at that college. I know we have different campuses, different schools around, but just knowing it's an all-male college, I can really focus on what I want to do, and also with the connections and networking you can do there. Also, the reason I chose my major is because growing up, I've always been into sports, and I was very active, and I love basketball. And one thing that kept me out of trouble is basketball, and knowing that in the major I'm doing, kinesiology, is more so of a medicine, sports medicine major. I know that me being in there, I can branch off to different things on having that major, such as being a sports agent, or making my own AU team and my city and stuff to help kids that's younger than me and kids that want to be in certain programs to get them out of certain situations. Help them go on a better path.
And with that said, I wanted to piggyback off of that. How do you feel about Morehouse having to go virtual and not being able to attend classes in person, in classes online? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that, I'm not really pressed about it, but I would love to be on campus. That's you can do way more on campus. There's more things out there. But it's also putting me in a better situation because I can still work, get a job, and keep getting my money up while I'm in school. Also, it makes me want to do more things at home that can help benefit myself. I'm not always on campus, so I got more time to myself. So I can always I'm in thinking about doing businesses and stuff while I'm at the house and stuff. So it's not you can look at it in a bad way, but you can look at it in a good way, and I'm choosing the good route.
Right. Right. Right.
We can't hear you. Sorry about that, guys. I just, that mute button just keeps playing with me. But I love I love the positivity in that, the way that you look at that situation. What I wanted to go back to is the fact that you said about starting a business. So are you starting a business? Are you working on anything behind the scenes?
Yeah, right now, I'm doing a business called Financial Educational Services, FES, which is a business that you can either be an agent or a customer, and that has plenty of benefits to help people, such as credit repair, debt payoff, and etc. It's way more, but it's a lot. Being a customer, you'll help yourself get the benefits, and being an agent, you can get the benefits and help the customers as well. I've been doing that, and also I've been working on building my own clothing line with my friends that's from Detroit. They will be moving to Atlanta in September, so we can always be linking up to work on our clothing line. So even though we're not in school, we're looking at different ways we can do it to help ourselves while we're home.
That's wonderful.
Awesome.
Well, I love that about you, Noble. It seems like you have a lot of motivation. You're self-motivated. And I think that, and I know you may have touched on this in the beginning, but just a little bit about your story. I know you've had to grow up and be the man of the house, be the second parent. And how did those experiences impact your life? I know you were telling me a little bit about how you take charge when it comes to your siblings. So in addition to going to college and go when you were in high school, you had what?
What did you say it again? One more time.
I said when you were back in high school, you had a 3.9 GPA.
3.4. I'm sorry. 3.4.
Oh, 3.4. Okay, close enough. It's still an A.
Yeah.
So, did those experiences growing up, having to, take more responsibility, coming from a single parent home, did those help form your motivation to go to college, start a business? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so me going to I went to a school in Inglewood, but it was it's a selective enrollment school, so you had to test to get into the school. Me going there really helped me because even though it's in Inglewood, which is a bad area, it was still a great school for me. But being through that time period of my life, having to be home in I'm in a worse neighborhood in Inglewood, hearing, going through things around the house, people doing stuff around the house. It was always, a lot of, bad influences around me. But having like siblings, my little brother, my sister, my oldest brother ended up leaving. I had to, my dad was by himself, so I had to, step up as a man and do things that, he can always do, or help him get money as well to help, my siblings. That just motivated, even though it was a tough time, it motivated me to just keep going, because my dad, even though he was going through all that, he still fought it and just, kept pushing. So it was like, okay, I'm not down this bad, so I can still do something for myself. Getting into college, the whole process, I was surprised. I was so happy I got into Morehouse, but I was just like shocked, like, wow, I'm really going to Morehouse. Like, my dad went here, like, I'm really finna, change something. And It wasn't an easy process, but the road isn't over yet, but I'm still going through it. I know a lot of people in my area, they don't go to college, so it was really like, it made me feel blessed that I even, got into college, because nobody in my neighborhood went to college. And like nobody, like everybody's just outside doing nothing, And when I told people that I grew up with, on like my teachers from grammar school and stuff, they were so surprised, because I went to a school that was in like, bad neighborhood and stuff. And it was just happy for me. They didn't expect, a lot of kids from my grammar school, are in jail or like just out on the streets and stuff. So I just changed that. It was completely, different. So yeah, man, I'm very grateful for getting up, being in the position I'm in. Money-wise, everything is a routine, it's a process. It's not gonna happen overnight, but I just, I'm sticking to this lane and just keep working, so, yeah.
Well, speaking of finances, I don't know, Lynn, did you want to jump in there? Did you have a question for him, or?
Well, I didn't have a finances question, but I wanted to ask this, and I'm sure the audience would like to know too. What do you like to do for fun, Noble? What's the fun side of Noble? You all serious on here with us talking, and that's cool. So what does the fun side of Noble look like, right?
I'm a fun person. I'm a joyful person if you get to know me. I got a great personality. People tend to get cool with me, instantly, because I just got a great personality. I love doing music. I do music on the side, if y'all didn't know.
Okay.
I grew up doing music. When I was little, I started playing instruments. When I was little, I played, the drums, the piano, and guitar when I was like my own band. It's on YouTube too, me playing instruments. We playing instruments.
Okay.
And I don't sing no more. But yeah, I love doing
So
music.
You've been holding out on us.
I know.
Yeah.
You're
supposed to have a piano ready to go.
Sing. It's on YouTube, singing and stuff. I was in my band.
Okay.
Yeah, we won a number one band in Chicago when I was 13. Yeah.
You're an accomplished musician. I love that about you. You're an athlete, you're an accomplished musician and a student, and you're working. Goodness gracious.
I did acting as well.
Okay.
Things I do. But what I mainly like doing right now, while I'm at home, is perfect time. I love writing music and stuff. I just being around, just listening to instrumentals and just writing music. And yeah, man, that's really what I like to do. I'm a homebody. I like to stay in the house a lot, but I'll still go out. But I really like to be myself, So.
I love that about you, Noble. Really, I do. I think you're a fine young man. And I know Lynn has some other questions. I don't want to dominate all this time. Lynn, what were you going to ask him?
Well, I didn't have another question along those lines, but I do thank you for sharing that. I'm going to look for that YouTube video. I got to see it.
Yeah.
Well, okay. All right. So let me ask you about the financial education services. So what has been your biggest takeaway from that since you've started? Because that's a huge area, too, of impact for our community. You're speaking about the struggle, right, of where you come from, and people hang around, they're not doing things. A lot of times they're not doing things because they are not equipped. And financial education is one of those things that equips people to be able to go, down a different path. So what's been your biggest takeaway from that area?
From doing that, I learned a lot. Like, it's not going to be easy, you really got to learn how to talk to people to get, influence people to be a part of your program. Me still learning how to get people or customers, because my main audience right now is older people. So I got to learn how to talk to older people about my business, knowing my business from the front to the back. When you're getting people as your customer, you want to know your business like you know anything, because you don't want to, every question has to be answered. So that whole process, I'm still working on that. My dad been guiding me through it on how to do certain things and stuff, but I know like a lot of people that like the Black community really needs it as far as like credit repair, because a lot of people are having bad credit in the Black community. A lot of people don't finish college and are down bad as far as credit. So I know a lot of people in the Black community need it. So yeah, I'm just really focusing on a certain audience. I've been getting a lot of my friends in it as far as agents. So I got friends from different states and stuff where they can help themselves as well, so they can be on the business as well. So I've been doing that, I've been paying for guys as well to be a part of it, because I have certain guys I believe in.
Excellent.
I have certain guys I believe in that can that will go out their way to help themselves, and I know they want to be in a position where this business can take them. So yeah, I've been investing to a lot of people.
Well, with that said, Noble, I want to ask you, with all those experiences, everything that you're doing, it seems like you're a very well-rounded young man. I'd like to know, what do you want the Swing Into Their Dreams supporters to know about you, that's special about you, in addition to all the things that you're doing, and what is your biggest need right now? If you were to speak to our supporters, what would be the biggest need that you have, and what do you want the Into Their Dream supporters to know about you?
One thing about me is I'm the type of guy that I just want to see in the world. I'm very spiritual. I'm a spiritual person when it comes to stuff. So I really look at the world in a different angle. I want people in this planet to understand equality and all of that. I just want to change the dynamic of the world and stuff. I want my name to be remembered, but it's gonna take a lot. It's not gonna happen overnight. But when people you ask my friends and stuff, they always tell me oh, you always in your feelings, or you always deep thinking and stuff. It's not that deep. I really get into stuff like that because everybody has a story, or everybody has a reason as to why they do stuff. And you gotta look at people's different sides, or their angle, or how they look at things to really understand them. So I'm an understanding person, and what I really need right now, as far as school, I've been doing a lot, to my best ability to get into school, back on campus and stuff. Just a little money will help me get back into school. I've been applying for scholarships and stuff, Adams Scholar and stuff. I've been applying to them, speaking at them and stuff, so I can get into school. But as of now, to stay at Morehouse, it's gonna, take money and stuff. That's really what I need.
So,
Okay.
Noble, we do applaud you, and we thank you for sharing your story, because your story is not a story that hasn't been heard, right? There are a lot of students out there, but you're being the voice, right, for those other students as well, who also need the support, who also aspire to attend at HBCU. Truth be told, let's just think about this. There are tons of people who've gone to college, who have student loan debt, who didn't get a degree, who didn't even think about going back because they're in, so much student loan debt. So there are different situations, circumstances, and different ways that people can relate to your story. So we do appreciate you for having this courageous conversation with us today.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing your heart with us. Thank you so much for allowing us to introduce you to our supporters. And one last thing I'd like to ask you. Out of all the experiences that you've been through in your life, everything that you've been through, from being helping your mom as a single, with your mom being a single parent, growing up in a certain area of Chicago, having to step up and be the man of the house, being a third generation Morehouse college student, just all the experiences. What is your teachable moment that you've learned from all that?
I just want to correct you right there. My mom isn't around, so I only live with my dad. So that was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. But
I'm sorry.
It's fine. So what was the question again? What have I learned?
What out of all the experiences that you've been through in your life, all the adversity, the ups and downs, the positives, what is your teachable moment?
My teachable moment.
Because you told me you were deep.
That's
There you go.
I'm trying to be as normal as possible right now. My most teachable moment. Well, I want to say this. I feel like in life we all have options and choices and stuff, and we all got our own roads we take. You can choose either path you want to take. I feel like no matter what is given to you, you can always use it as good. Like, don't ever take something as if all is over. Anything can happen overnight. And through everything I've been through, I'm not gonna get into everything I've been through. I've been through a lot of stuff, but it's very personal. But I just feel like if you just keep your head up, stay positive, and constantly, even though you're going through stuff, just attract people and speak to people like everything's okay. Not saying you have to hide your feelings, but just constantly keep a positive attitude towards life, and things will just come to you. I never expected me to even be speaking to you guys today, knowing. Like, I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm not supposed to be in the position I'm in, but I'm in the position I'm in due to, I feel like, God just be watching over me and stuff and just keeping me on the right path and just blessing me through time and time. So just constantly, what my thing is, just keep your head up and stay positive and just believe anything is possible. That's my teaching.
That's excellent.
Oh, I love it, Noble. So I just want to say this. Thank you for being epic with us. Not only are you an epic young man, you're working in the community, you're starting on your entrepreneurial journey, you want to continue, and you are bringing others along with you. That's empowerment and philanthropy in the community if I've never seen it before. So I just want to say kudos to you. I'll give you some snaps, right? For being you, right? And I also love that you also share and you look forward to the fact that God continues to bless you and you recognize that. If you keep walking in that, all things are possible. Yes?
Absolutely.
All things are possible. All right, Pamela, over to you.
Well, Noble, thank you again for your time today. And we will have our Swing Into Their Dreams supporters. We will give them your story and let everybody know who you are and what you're about and your purpose. We will also, Swing Into Their Dreams is committed to supporting you. And our first scholarship recipient. So we are very happy to be able to support you in that endeavor. So we want you to keep your chin up and know that with God, all things are possible, because with Swing Into Their Dreams, we don't want just our students to go to college. We want you to strive. We want you to thrive, but most importantly, we want you to graduate.
That's facts. Yes, ma'am. That's facts. Thank you so much, y'all.